Everyone just says to be confident, but no one actually tells you how. How do you go from being the shy guy to bold enough to talk to strangers or ask the cute girl out? So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 stages that everyone has to go through if they want to become more socially confident. And at the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you are right now and what you need to do to level up. Let's dive in. So social confidence is just how much the fear of rejection from other people impacts what you say or what you do. So somebody who is the most maximum socially confident that they possibly can does anything they want without fear that people will reject them. Even if the person rejects them, they don't care. But someone who is super minimal social confidence doesn't do anything because they fear that people are going to judge and reject them. So you'll also see there that it's not either you have confidence or you don't have confidence. It's more of a spectrum. It's how much social confidence do you have? And given that it is a spectrum, I've divided it into 4 stages. And once you know which of these stages you are at, you will understand what is holding you back from getting better and more socially confident. But before I dive too much into that, I want to let you guys know that I'm offering free advice calls to all of my subscribers. These are calls where I'm going to hear your problem and give you some fast and practical tips to get better in your social confidence, conversations, and connecting with people. This is a super limited time thing and it's first come, first serve. So if you are interested, make sure you subscribe and then click the link in the description. Now back into the stages. So stage 1 is the lowest stage. This stage just means that the only people you are confident around, that you are comfortable being yourself, is people that you know. And I tried to draw little hearts to showcase. It's people that you know and like already and they like you, right? Those are the only people who you feel comfortable with. So friends or family. The second stage is strangers, right? And I indicated that with a little question mark. So you might see what's coming up later down the line. And the reason talking to strangers is harder than talking to people you know is because the risk of rejection is higher. When you're talking to people you know what they like, you know what they dislike. You also know that they have a connection to you already, so they're not going to reject you outright if you say something wrong. But when it's somebody completely new, you don't know if approaching them is something they're going to reject. You don't know if when you say something that you find interesting, they're going to be like, I don't find that interesting either. So that's why this is harder. This third stage is strangers with status. So to break that down a little bit, when I say status, I just mean something that you value and society values as a whole. Because most of you guys who are watching are probably going to be guys. In this case, status could be beauty, right? It could be a hot girl, right? Or it could be something like the person has a lot of money, they have a lot of fame, they have a lot of connections with people you admire, right? In short, when someone has status over you, it just means the rejection from them is going to hurt that much more because you value their opinion, right? Think of an example here. If you were talking to a homeless person, right, and they insulted you or rejected you, you're not going to feel anywhere near as hurt as if your crush said it or if your boss said it. And the fourth and final stage is multiple strangers with status. In this case, it's multiple cute girls. Again, I'm talking to mostly guys here, but if you're a girl, it is a lot of hot guys with status. Maybe you're more into business. It's a lot of influential businessmen, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and I don't know, Joe Rogan, I don't know, whoever else is there, right? A lot of people whose opinions you care about, they're gonna sting if you get rejected and you don't know well and they don't know you well. If you can talk to these people comfortably and do whatever you want and say whatever you want, that is what I would say is the most socially confident you can be. And now that you know these stages, you can very clearly place yourself on one of these, right? If you are only truly comfortable doing and saying what you want when you're talking to somebody you know, you're in stage 1. If you are more advanced and you're actually comfortable talking to someone who you don't know and has status over you, you're probably in 3. I'll tell you right now, most people are probably stuck at 1 on some level, or maybe between 1 and 2. And that's why you're watching this video, right? To become better. And I'm actually going to show you a very simple way to become better. And granted, it is simple, but it's not necessarily easy. And just to frame all of this, I want to give you guys a quote from Alex Hormozi that's going to make this very clear. He says, confidence comes from evidence. And all that means is when you have evidence, proof and moments in your life when you've done something, it's a lot easier to be confident about it. If you have proof or evidence in the past that you've ridden a bike, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be confident that you can ride a bike in the future. The same for swimming, the same for doing math or speaking Spanish, the exact same for social settings and interacting with people. So what you need to do is build evidence for yourself that you are a socially confident person and that you can go up these stages. So for example, if right now you only are able to talk to people you know, your friends and family, the next stage for you to go is to talk to strangers. So you need to build evidence, have little moments of you talking to strangers. And it doesn't have to start all at once, right? You don't have to go from here into like, telling a amazing long story to a stranger or like asking them deep questions. No, you want to take it piece by piece in moments that are going to be actually doable for you. So if you're trying to get from here to here, what I'd recommend is to take little tiny steps to get you more comfortable to interacting on this stage. So for example, you can start on the very basics. You can go out and walk around and you can practice making eye contact with strangers. And then when that sounds comfortable to you, you can then practice saying just one word, hello or hi, to strangers. Then you might say good morning or good day. Then you might level up to giving them a compliment about something they're wearing, right? Then you might actually get into actually stopping them and telling them something. Then you might get into stopping them, telling them something, asking a question, and like having a more in-depth interaction, right? The whole idea here is you want to break it up into tiny bits that are scary, that bring up a little bit of anxiety, but are doable. Because if you are here and you just think, oh, I'm just going to walk up to the 10 out of 10 group of girls and have an amazing conversation and storytelling, all these kind of things, yeah, it might work well, but at the same time, it's not practical for most people. So I'm trying to make it as practical, as easy as possible for you. And after that, you just rinse and repeat and go up the steps. Once you're used to talking to a stranger, you go the next level, a stranger with status, and then kind of repeat. Go from eye contact to complimenting, to stopping them and having a conversation, and so on and so forth. And you're basically going to do that until you're at the level of social confidence that you want to be. Now, if that sounds a bit scary for you, I completely understand. Like I said, it is simple, but it is not easy. It's still going to require you pushing your comfort zone and your boundaries. But as you can see, once you see the roadmap, and once you understand what you need to do to get from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, it becomes very simple of what you need to do next. It becomes very clear. It's not this vague, one day I'm going to get confident. It's you can get confident in like a week or a month if you focus on these things and push yourself through these boundaries. And the beautiful thing of once you start trying to improve is that you're going to build a lot of momentum really amazingly. So going from only talking to friends to talking to strangers is going to be a bit of a jump, right? But then after that, once you've gotten a bit more comfortable with this, number 3 is going to be easier, right? Because you're just going to be doing the exact same thing you did with strangers. The only difference is that it's going to be a cute girl or a businessman in front of you. And then once you get used to this, it's going to be just to multiple people. The exact same things you're going to be saying, the exact same things you're going to be trying to do, but it's just the target of it, the person you're doing it with, is different. And that's going to make it very easy for you once you're off the starting block to go further and become more confident. I promise you, this has happened to me when I've been trying to go through these stages. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So the real thing for you right now is to start. I want to make it really practical for you. So if you want to improve your social confidence, these are 3 actions you should take right now, right at the end of this video, to get started. The first, identify where on these social stages you are. And basically just think back in the past, think back in how you are now. Which of these stages makes you feel the most nervous, right? Or which starts to feel the most nervous? If you're at 1, right, you're probably going to feel comfortable with your friends and family. You're probably at 1. Realistically, most people are at 1. But really think through, where am I along this journey, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing you're going to do is identify what your next stage is. So if you're at 2, your next stage is 3. If you're at 3, it's 4. You're going to just see what is the next stage up. Who is it that I need to interact with to build the evidence that is going to lead me to the confidence. And then the third thing you're going to do is identify what is the tiny step that I can make that makes me uncomfortable, but that is doable so that I can build that confidence. And usually how it works for me is I just identify along the line of approaching someone, talking to them, interacting with them, sharing stuff with them. Where on that line do I feel the first instance of discomfort? Where feels the most doable? So like I mentioned, saying hi might feel doable. Making eye contact might feel doable. It just matters which is the most doable for you, but still gives you that little feeling of, this could go bad, right? And the fourth thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go out as soon as you possibly can and then interact with the type of person you said you would, and then do the thing that makes you the least comfortable. And that is how you are going to go from shy to confident. So I hope you like this video and that it's actually given you an understanding of what even confidence is, and it makes it a little bit clearer of how you can actually improve. I'm not gonna leave a video at the end of this for you to go to. I want you to take the action of going out and interacting with people on whatever stage you're at. Remember, I'm doing free advice calls from my subscribers, so subscribe and then check out the link in the description. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. But either way, I hope this helped. I hope you have an amazing day. And above all else, I hope you keep connecting. Take care and good luck.